Welcome to the Dice Tower, a video podcast about board games and the people who play them. This is a special episode of the Dice Tower in which Tom and Melody Vasel talk about their top 100 games. And now, here are your hosts, Tom, Melody, and Holly Vasel.
Welcome to the Dice Tower! I'm Melody Vasel.
And I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome to our show today. We're talking about our top 100 games. Let's get started with one of Melody's games.
I just put your head! Put your head down!
Melody, do you have a blue eel?
Go fish. Do you have a purple starfish?
Yes.
Yay! Bye!
And this is a game that's very much like Go Fish, but there are some differences. Show them the box here. Why do you like Twisted Fish, Melody?
It's a really good game and it comes with fish.
Right. Yeah, the cards themselves have really interesting artwork on them. But in this game, usually you ask for one thing. You say, do you have a starfish? But in this one, you have to ask for an exact card. And there's some interesting subtleties to this because if you ask someone for a red starfish, you're kind of usually letting everyone know that you don't have the red starfish. So if someone else steals the red starfish, you know where it is. Because what you're trying to do is you're trying to get a set of 5. That's what Melody just did. She got all 5 starfish. And when you do that, then you get some points. And if you can figure out where they are. So this game has memory in it as well as playing the game Go Fish. Do you like Go Fish? The regular game of Go Fish? Why is this one better?
Because it comes with actually fish.
Okay, but other than just fish, do you think it's harder than Go Fish?
No.
Well, I think it's a little bit harder. At least for me, because I'm trying to remember where everything is. Maybe that gives kids an advantage.
This is Go Fish / memory.
There you go. Android is a game, a lot of the games on my list, I say go buy them now. I'm not really saying that with Android. I think Android is a fantastic game. It's a game in which takes place in the future and the board is just chock full of all different pieces. You have puzzles, a mystery, crime, trying to figure out who has committed a murder. Each person plays a detective, and that detective is... That detective is trying to figure out the cause of a mystery. And so he's using different means, going back and forth. And it really kind of can be a convoluted, long, drawn-out game. But wow, is it thematic. Wow, is it satisfying. Wow, does it really bring out the feeling of a 1920s detective story set in the future. Very interesting game. One I find highly entertaining. It's one that I would recommend reading my written review, though, before buying.
I'm a Nova. This game because you get to make pictures.
Now you can see we're holding 2 different versions. I have regular Squint and Melody has Squint Junior. What's the big difference, Melody?
In adults, they have hard, like thick, you can't see through kind, and the other one you can.
Yeah, what you're doing is instead of drawing a picture in this game, you're using a bunch of squares with different lines on them and putting them on a table to form a picture. And in the junior game, they'll show you a picture of the picture. In the adult game, it simply tells you what to do on the card. And you have a timer of how long you have to do it. But basically, it's almost the exact same rules as Pictionaries, but you're using the cards instead of drawing the picture. Now, why would you rather use cards than drawing?
It's a lot more easier.
I think so, especially if you can't draw. So, Melody, what age is this good for?
That one could be good for an adult.
Adults? Yeah, but I think maybe even 10, 12 and up can play it. If you play with the easier version, who can play this one?
6 and up.
6 and up is a decent estimate. I will say that the game is a little bit harder, perhaps, because finding the shapes and with the time pressure and all. And of course, you can dumb it down for kids. But it is a lot of fun, no matter what age group you're playing with. Last year, Nexus Ops was at 154, and yet here it is much higher up on the list because you know what? It comes to this, and this is one of those games that I talked about. I play Nexus Ops all the time. I'm constantly bringing it out saying, hey, this is a great introductory game. Now, introductory game doesn't mean that it should go in my top 100, but I have so much fun playing it. The ideas that were used in Nexus Ops, I'm still not seeing them used in other games. Nexus Ops encouraged people to attack each other. Attack them now. Get them while they're not ready. What game does that? Games today seem to encourage sitting back, waiting for the defenders to come in. Nexus Ops is a game that encourages attacking, and not to mention it has really cool psychedelic colored pieces. And if you plan a black light, which I still haven't done, it even looks neater than that. It's out of print now, unfortunately. Go get a copy if you can. Nexus Ops.
Game because it comes with robots and dice are fun, but most of all is flipping the chip onto the board. Ah!
Melody's not kidding. The game comes with robots. Underneath robots are dice, and you actually flip chips on the board. Show us how to do it. Oh, that one almost made it. So on Melody's turn, she'd have so many tries to get a chip onto the board. Okay, try a little bit more. Okay, well let's pretend that a chip did land on the board. And once a chip lands on the board, then each player tries to move one of their robots next to it. As you move your robots, you'll see that their pieces, their dice underneath them, is rolling. And then once everyone's next to the robot, you reveal your dice. 2, 1, 2, 6. The red robot is the robot who gets the chip. And you're trying to get each robot to get a certain amount of chips, and then you win the game. And it's just a lot of fun flipping the game. Flipping the chips, I mean. Who's this game good for?
Maybe 6 and up.
I enjoy this game, Dice Town, because I like dice. I like the idea of rolling dice. I like the idea of Yahtzee. And Yahtzee, of course, the dice in Yahtzee have a semblance to poker hands where you get a full house and a large straight and small straight. This game takes it a little bit farther by putting poker faces on the dice themselves, and then when you use the dice, you're actually battling against other players, trying to get the best combination so that you can get land or special cards or gold nuggets. It has a really strong Western flair to it. Amazing. Lots of fun. I'm so glad I got this game this year. New to the list, but an easy contender. Probably played it a dozen times this year already. Dice Town. Alright, well thanks for watching some of our games. And we'll see you guys next time. Until then, I'm Tom Vasel.
I'm Melody. And I'm Holly.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.
Thank you.